In our increasingly complex world, it is often said that knowledge and education are more important than ever. We live in an age where innovation and progress seem limitless, and with so much information available at our fingertips, we have the potential to learn and grow in ways that previous generations could only dream of. However, there is a growing concern that despite having access to all this knowledge, we are actually becoming more ignorant than ever before. So the question is, why are we becoming more and more ignorant? First of all, the pursuit of pleasure has taken precedence over the pursuit of truth and understanding. Our modern society is largely driven by a hedonistic mindset, which places the immediate gratification of desires and the avoidance of discomfort as the ultimate goals. This has created a culture where people are less willing to confront difficult topics or engage in challenging conversations that may cause emotional distress. Instead, they prefer to retreat into their own echo chambers, surrounding themselves with information that confirms their existing beliefs and provides a sense of comfort. But this constant avoidance of discomfort and ignorance is not just a matter of personal preference. It has become a widespread societal issue that affects us all. Take, for example, the rise of cancel culture and the tendency to be easily offended. People have become less tolerant of differing opinions and are quick to condemn or even silence those who express views that go against their own. This creates an environment where open dialogue and the exchange of ideas are stifled, and this can lead to a lack of understanding and empathy towards others. Furthermore, the pressure to conform to certain ideologies and the fear of being labeled or ostracized for holding different beliefs can discourage people from seeking the truth or asking questions that challenge the status quo. This is evident in the reluctance of many to engage with topics such as race or gender identity, unless they are approached from a specific, predetermined angle. For instance, if someone were to bring up the topic of transgender athletes, many would likely dismiss any discussion about it, believing that the matter is settled and that there is no room for further debate. They may cling to the belief that the current policies and regulations regarding transgender athletes are absolutely correct and beyond question. Similarly, when it comes to issues like systemic racism, many people are hesitant to engage in conversations that may expose the complexities and nuances of the problem. Instead, they may resort to making sweeping statements and generalizations, perpetuating stereotypes and contributing to a climate of misinformation and misunderstanding. Moreover, this desire to avoid discomfort and ignorance is reflected in the prevalence of echo chambers and filter bubbles online. Social media algorithms and search engines tend to reinforce existing beliefs by providing users with content that aligns with their previous searches and interactions. This creates a distorted view of the world, where people are only exposed to information that confirms their biases, and they are shielded from perspectives that may challenge or change their minds. As a result, people become trapped in their own echo chambers, and they are less likely to encounter new ideas or engage with those who hold different viewpoints. This lack of exposure to diverse perspectives can lead to a narrow-minded and ignorant outlook, where individuals are unable to see beyond their own limited experiences and beliefs. All of this is not to say that seeking pleasure and avoiding pain is inherently wrong. After all, it is a fundamental aspect of human nature and a driving force behind our actions. However, when the pursuit of pleasure becomes an obsession and the avoidance of discomfort becomes a primary goal, it can lead to negative consequences. One of the most significant impacts of this trend is the rise in feelings of anxiety, depression, loneliness, and distraction. Despite the illusion of freedom and choice that our society promotes, we are constantly bombarded with temptations and distractions that cater to our instant gratification desires. We have endless options for entertainment and leisure, but ironically, this abundance of choice can leave us feeling overwhelmed and more alone. With so many distractions at our fingertips, we often find ourselves unable to focus on the tasks or responsibilities that require sustained effort and discipline. Whether it is scrolling through social media feeds, playing video games, or streaming movies, these activities provide temporary escapes from reality, but ultimately leave us feeling unfulfilled and distracted from our goals. Another concerning aspect of this trend is the increasing superficiality and fragmentation of relationships. In a society that values individual pleasure and instant gratification, forming deep and meaningful connections with others can be challenging. Superficial relationships that are based on shared interests or common values are more likely to flourish as they require less effort and emotional investment. However, This type of social interaction leaves people feeling isolated and disconnected from others. Additionally, the constant pursuit of pleasure can lead to a lack of genuine intimacy and vulnerability in relationships. When individuals are too preoccupied with their own desires and the fear of missing out, they may struggle to connect with others on a deeper level and share their true selves. As a result, relationships become fragmented and people are left feeling misunderstood and alienated. All of this is not to suggest that our society is entirely ignorant or that there is a simple solution to these complex issues. Rather, it is to encourage critical thinking and self-reflection on the role that the pursuit of pleasure and the avoidance of discomfort play in our lives. We must be aware of the potential negative consequences of these tendencies and strive to find a balance between seeking happiness and confronting the realities of life. This requires a conscious effort to break free from echo chambers, challenge our own biases, and engage with ideas that may be uncomfortable or unfamiliar. It also involves developing the emotional resilience to cope with the inevitable challenges and setbacks that we will face. Interestingly, this phenomenon of sacrificing truth and depth for pleasure and distraction is not a new concept. Aldous Huxley's Brave New World, published in 1932, offers a chilling portrayal of a future society that embraces pleasure and distraction as a means of control and stability. In Huxley's dystopian vision, the government maintains social stability and order by engineering a population that is conditioned to seek immediate gratification and avoid discomfort. Through the use of technology, social conditioning, and the control of emotions, the citizens of Brave New World are kept in a state of perpetual happiness, but at the expense of their autonomy, individuality, and freedom of thought. Sound familiar? In this fictional society, the pursuit of pleasure and the avoidance of pain are taken to extremes. The characters are conditioned to satisfy their desires instantly and are discouraged from forming deep attachments or engaging in activities that may cause emotional distress. Instead, they are encouraged to embrace casual relationships and to distract themselves from any thoughts that may challenge the status quo or upset the social order. One of the primary tools used to maintain control in this society is the use of pleasure. The government engineers a population that is constantly seeking happiness and satisfaction, believing that a contented populace is less likely to question the system or demand change. In Brave New World, pleasure is not just a byproduct of the society, but a deliberate instrument of power. The authorities understand the importance of keeping people happy and use it as a means of manipulating their behavior and thoughts. The citizens are conditioned to associate pleasure with obedience and conformity, while pain and discomfort are associated with rebellion and non-compliance. This creates a society where the pursuit of pleasure becomes a form of social control and discourages individuals from engaging in activities that may cause discomfort or challenge the established order. Furthermore, the government in Brave New World actively suppresses any form of individuality or nonconformity. Citizens are categorized into rigid social classes, and their roles and behaviors are strictly regulated. The authorities enforce a culture of sameness, where everyone conforms to the expectations of their caste and does not deviate from the prescribed norms. This suppression of individuality is another way in which the society maintains social stability and prevents any potential for dissent or revolution. By controlling how people think, feel, and behave, the government ensures that there is no room for ideas that may threaten the existing social order. Ultimately, Huxley's Brave New World serves as a cautionary tale, warning us of the dangers of sacrificing truth, depth, and individuality at the altar of pleasure and distraction. It reminds us of the importance of embracing discomfort and challenging the status quo in our pursuit of knowledge and understanding. As we navigate the complexities of our modern world, we must remain vigilant against the allure of easy pleasures and the dangers of social control. By staying true to our values, embracing discomfort, and seeking the truth, we can ensure that we do not fall prey to the traps that Huxley identified so brilliantly in his timeless masterpiece. So what do you think? Do you think we are becoming more ignorant because of our pursuit of pleasure? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you liked this video, please don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.